So that's what I have chosen to be the default charity, but I feel like you can go and choose a different one over there. But nonetheless, if you're gonna buy games for your Steam account, make sure to check out the Humble Store. They have a lot of games which you can also redeem on Steam, and they also have several discounts going on every now and then. And they also don't sell only games. Every now and then they have bundles in which they sell books, audiobooks, comics, computer software, and all sorts of delicious things. So make sure to check them out. And Chandler, for some reason you couldn't request All I Want for Christmas Is You. Maybe the Goodbye Bot is... The Goodbye Bot has never been the same ever since he came back from the dead. Also, I haven't disabled this, I don't think, but the Goodbye Bot has been having some problems trying to find things on Spotify. So if you could request stuff from YouTube, it would be better. It will help the Goodbye Bot find what you want. Channel, you say RRP stream. What happened? Did another disconnection happen? Oh, those Twitch servers, so unreliable. So that was weird, your connection to the stream went haywire. I don't know why that happens, but it does seem to happen every now and then. I really wonder why. It's kinda crazy. But in any case, what I said is that the Goodbye Bot, he doesn't understand Spotify links sometimes. So if you want to request a song, try and use a YouTube link instead. The Goodbye Bot still can request stuff from Spotify, but sometimes it bugs and it plays both at the same time. gonna do my own thing, and I did my own thing and it worked differently as well. It wasn't messy as the song says it would be, but I learned that recipes aren't always unique and like widely agreed upon. There are many different ways to make the same kind of cake. And those recipes, they will be more than glad to give you conflicting instructions. John looks like gotta do the cooking by the book. Tiger, probably a different style of cheesecake. Kappa. Yeah, one of the cheesecake. Let me try and remember what went into it. I do remember it was like it was pretty much like throwing some that thing cream cheese, and then you throw in also yogurt, and I think that's about it. You're throwing cheesecake, yogurt, and the lots of condensed milk, and I think I'll also throw in some I don't even know how to call this in English, kind of like some more pasty milk. And then the thing you want to give a taste for, so the lemon juice. After you throw all that in, you blend it in a blender and put it in you cook it in an oven for like hours and hours and hours, and then you put it in a fridge for hours and hours and hours, and then you make a cheesecake. But the other recipe was like, you know what, we don't want to put this in an oven, so instead let's do something different. What you're gonna do is throw in the cream cheese, you're gonna throw in the lemon and the condensed milk, but you know about that milk, cream and yogurt? Fuck that, we're not gonna do that, we're gonna do something different today. And then they go and tell you to throw in Jello. Pick some gelatin powder, you heat it up in another place, and then you throw that into the blender, you blend everything together, and then you take it straight to the fridge. Don't cook it on an oven or anything. Bake it on an oven. And then that's it. After letting it freeze for like a few couple hours, it's done. It's the same cheesecake. Actually it's even softer and doesn't take as much dairy in it as the other cheesecake. And I was like, what the fuck? How can you do the same exact thing by using different ingredients like that? I mean, more or less the exact same thing, because one cheesecake was softer than the other, but still, I was bamboozled, and then my trust in internet recipes went down, it plummeted. But like, I can reliably use the internet to find recipes for things, and then after that, double cheesecake bonanza, I was like, holy shit, I can't trust the internet anymore. One side of the internet is gonna tell me to use yogurt and milk cream, and the other side of the internet is gonna tell me to use Jello. And don't bake. So yeah, the internet is crazy. Be careful with the internet. Tiger, a no-bake cake. Yeah, but I thought that the baking of the cake was a is a big part of it. But alas, I mean, fortunately it isn't. Because making this cake, this cream cheese with jello and no baking is so much economic to make. You don't have to buy extra ingredients, change all those expensive dairy products by jello. You don't have to spend hours in an oven baking the cake, so you're saving on gas as well. And it doesn't have to freeze for like 4 hours, it had to freeze like half of that. So it's faster to make, it's easier to make, it's more economic to make, and the taste is even better. So I don't even know why people were bothering with the unknown jello cake. Except of course there's some sort of evilness in jello that nobody is aware of. That I'm not aware of. I don't know, maybe there's something inherently evil about jello that makes people say like, well, you can make an easier cake with jello, but there's evil in it, so that's up to you. Do you want the easy but evil cake, or do you want the harder but not so evil cake? I have no idea. Also, by the way, welcome to the stream, Oni. How are you doing today? How is your canine life going so far? We've been through some high and lows already in this stream. You've joined the fray too late. But it's not too late as to partake and make even newer frays with us. We'll talk about even crazier things. Tiger says a gelatin in one that you didn't bake holds the cake together. Huh. None, you say, well, Doug, a non-furry, requested you a concept sheet for Dakimakura. Oh. That's both interesting and unexpected. What is it gonna be from? What is it gonna be off? What is it gonna be with? Don't leave us in suspense, Oni. Tell the rest of the story. Both Tiger and Pixel Squid want to know what happens. Pixel Squiddy wants to know what happens afterwards. Nah, this kind of hand doesn't work. But just a closed fist. So instead of leaving the buzz with his hand hanging around like, Nathan's gonna leave this buzz with a closed fist like, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. I barely arrived in the city, I barely left the buzz, and I'm already angry. An angry tiger. I punch someone not senseless. But that looks even worse. By the way, that one comic book I keep mentioning, Saga, the artist for that comic book is Fiona Staples. I don't know how to say that. And she has one of the best solutions that I've ever seen to hands. Because a lot of people, when they go and draw hands, they are really unsure about how to do hands. Because hands are, like I always keep saying, it's a very important part of drawing characters, but a lot of people still shy away from hands. So one very interesting way to draw hands is to not draw it, is to make a silhouette for it. Because you still get the same effect from a hand, but you don't get into the pitfall of fucking up the anatomy of the hand. Something like this. It's like, ah, there is a finger there. There are fingers in there. Can tell them apart. You can tell, ah, there are fingers. It's a hand reaching out, but since I don't individually draw the fingers, you can't really say for sure if I got it right or wrong. Or because I'm removing details from this drawing, you can't really absolutely say for certain if this is wrong or if this is right. Just looks like a hand. It could be a very wrong hand, it could be a very correct hand, but you can't tell. So instead of focusing on that, your mind simply goes elsewhere. I'm like, ah, okay, that's a hand. What else is going on in there? So this is a fun little way of making hands. Oni said, well, he wants you to use pictures of him, IRL, for the concept, and draw him as a furry when doing it. So you have to go to his place around 10 AM to take some tasteful nudes. And he wants to capture him 100% as a chunky wolf or bear. And these are the things you gotta do to get known, and you have to take it up. Well, not really. But I mean, when people ask me to go and furify themselves, I never had to use naked pictures of them as, oh no, tigers don't have claws like that. I never had to take naked pictures of them for reference. You can simply, if you know anatomy, if you know your anatomy as well, you can come up with stuff on the fly. You don't need to be seeing the person, unless of course that is your objective all along, and then you're bamboozling him, showing him himself for you. But if you know anatomy, you don't need a live model, unless of course they have a very specific body type and they want you to capture their body exactly as it is. And also, how in the world even? Why in the world even? I'm not sure if you have the answer for that. But how in the world even a non-furry is getting to you and being like, ah, draw me like a furry, like me draw me like one of your French furry. What did you say? A chunky wolf or bear, whichever floats your boat. Like, if that person is not a furry, they're very, very, very borderline into the whole furry thing. Because there's even non-furries that are like, yeah, I'm not a furry, but I do enjoy the arts. It's really well done, some of those drawings and illustrations. Those people have talent and whatnot. But they don't go around saying like, ah, I'm gonna buy a furrified version of myself as a gigantic pillow for me to, well, do things to it at night in bed. Where we can go and I can use my personality on that pillow. Or dakimakura, as you say. So, if that person is not a furry, they're very close to being one. So, if you're gonna over at their place to get pictures for references, also make sure you sit them down and have a very deep and long talk with them about acceptance and and whatnot. Chandler, you're gonna go eat and start your day. Have a good one, everyone. We will. Thank you for being here, Chandler, and I hope you had a nice time here on the stream today. On this lovely Tuesday we're having. And I'll be seeing you later. Take care and stay awesome, dude. And then you even went to use the thumbs up emote, which we're gonna be changing, like we said already. We're gonna be changing that thumbs up emote, which were a more fancy one, fancier one. Actually, no. I read an article, not an article, but a 9gag post or something that said instead of using the word more and then the adjective, use another word. Instead of saying more fancy, use the word exquisite or something like that. So yeah, we're gonna make an exquisite emote. Only you say he wants 100% his actual body, facial features, a bit on the junk growth since he said he feels a bit small. Well, he and 90% of the planet. But here I'm gonna talk to him and say, this is a concept, not 100% for you. What do you mean? Not 100% for use. Huh. Well then. Just want to find some songs to request here, because there's one song I really like. There's two versions, one is longer, so I'm gonna request it, even though it's not the original version, it's an orchestral version, but it's the song, it's gotta be good. Only he said he wanted the concept and an actual thing. If he says he pays, then you change from concept to the whole thing. Wait, what? So he wants you to go over there at his house, draw him as a verified version of him, but he's also not gonna be paying you for that. Is that the gist of it? Because if that's so, I feel like you're being swindled. Possibly it's a little scammy thing. I'm entirely sure you should be. I'm not entirely sure that's well. And then it's not the kind of thing you should be doing. Also, you say that it's one of the things you said before that that's what you need to do to get known. But that's not true, really. You don't have to take drawings for free from others to get known around in the community. You can always there's many tactics I've been seeing around the internet that I have observed throughout the years to get people to really flock up to your channel and your stuff. One of the biggest things you can do is deliver what people want to see, and that is, for good and for worse, always gonna be them porn. If you want people to flock up to your art channel, you want to do some either tasteful or kinky porn, but probably tasteful because your appeal will be larger than if you go to a specific kink. Second is you want to have a very nice art style, something clean. Because if people are going to be seeing your work on, say, a gallery around the internet, chances are they're not going to see your artwork, they're going to see a thumbnail. So if you have a very clean drawing, it's gonna look up good in the thumbnail. If you have a very drawing that's kinda sketchy and kinda hard to see, it's gonna show up very badly on the thumbnail. So you have to make sure the drawing looks good both on a big and on a small scale. Third thing is that if you're not very much into drawing porn, you can always do fan art, because those are the things people are looking for. They type on Google like, character blah, and then they start looking all over the internet for pictures of blah character. So drawing fan art feels very unoriginal, because you're not drawing anything new or anything you want to draw. You're drawing something that already exists, already has its established style and whatnot. But that's what people are looking for. They're looking for fan art of sad characters. So doing fan art is a nice way of also getting some of getting new peeps to be looking at your page. Oh, you said like you want to request sketches. What you're guessing? Still, like I said, you don't have to draw things for free. JSO 307. Good morning again. How are you? Well, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. We're doing good. I am doing good. I hope everybody else is doing good, even though everybody's quiet. I guess my talk about cake kind of frightened up people a little bit. But I'm doing fine. Doing pretty fine. I woke up several hours ago. I've been drawing up this page. It's kind of filled with things I'm not very particular, don't feel very strongly about. I have several sketches of pages to do. I have 6 pages to sketch, 2 more to lay out, and then sketch and get working on them. I'm gonna be doing this. That's why I have a buffer of pages. And after I have like 8 pages ready, I will not need to be 8 pages is like 2 months worth of updates for the comic with 1 page a week. And in that time I'll be free to go and do other things like play games here on the stream and work on commissions. Those commissions I have a lot of still on my backlog, and I have to get working on them. So working like this, making a gigantic buffer of pages is a thing I've seen around and have been recommended to me several hundred times over the years when I decided I would start doing comics, but I never really got around to do it. Because I'm a lazy fuck. But now that I'm an adult with several more responsibilities than I had when I began doing these comics, when I was just getting into adulthood, now I can see the use for having extra time. But anyway, Tiger, you're back. Welcome back. How was your little break from this stream and its crazy talk and crazy subjects? And also, not only that, but how are you guys holding up? Not only you, Tiger, but everybody else. How are all of you doing right now? I'm not gonna mention everybody by name because I don't know who's there anymore. But to everybody who is still there and feels like speaking up, how are you guys doing? Hopefully good. There you have it. Young Nathan climbing out of a bus. But that's now. Still vitally unsure if the scale is good with the bus, because buses are gigantic, but I'm not sure if they're this big. Who knows? Sam, you're still playing the Rage game. Haven't raged yet. And only but you're a procrastinate boy. Well, so am I, so is everybody really. But that's what separates the boys from the men's, from the doggos, is knowing that you have to stop procrastinating and actually stopping procrastinating and going to do things. Sam, you're almost at the end of a book and you're doing good. What? Weren't you playing the game? Are you playing the game and reading a book? Is that so? Because if that isn't so, you're doing me a bamboozle, and I'm not sure how to feel about the bamboozle that you're doing me. Let's request some more songs. Sam, you said that you're immune to rage, you have too much patience, that's how you deal with bullies. I'm glad you find a way to deal with them, but still. Make sure that you're being able to deal with it because you actually know how to deal with it, and not that you're bottling up. Bottling tunes up is never a good thing to do. I requested some Dance Revolution songs, and I'm gonna request another one. You guys are into some Dance Revolution song. Sam, you're both reading and playing, testing yourself till you become better and people don't get rid of you. People will never get rid of you, Sam. No matter how good or how bad you are. Oni, you said many things, but currently you said that these are not DDR songs, it's DJ Max songs. Who? What? I have seen these songs in a DDR game. Well, what's going on? What the hell? My YouTube gone down a bug, a very big bug. Hopefully it's fixed now. But anyway, it's songs from DDR. I don't even know which DDR, but it's from a DDR. That's for sure. So, there's a landmark I said it would be here. Don't know which landmark yet. There'll be some sort of sign, some pole or whatever. I had thought of doing a little petrol station. I don't know if a petrol station will work out with this. Here on this road. It kinda does work for the bus to make a stop like in front of a petrol station, but because of the perspective that we're seeing this whole thing from, it's kinda hard to illustrate it. I feel like this could be more like a bus stop, like a can have a little sign here that's not facing the camera, it's facing the other side. It's like, it's a bus stop full of things that say, hey, if you are a bus and a passenger requests you to stop, here's a place where you can do such a thing. Or not, you're not forced to stop, but it would be really dickish of you not to stop if a passenger has requested you to stop, so anyway. And then maybe a bench or something. Zach, you gotta go now. Sure thing, Zach. Thank you so very much for being here with us today as we worked on some more pages of the comic, and I hope to see you next time. And stay awesome, dude. I'll see you later. And have a good day, or night, or whatever time of the day it is, but have a good one. Let's make a bench here. Just gonna block off a little rectangle here on the floor, which has actually another name. I don't know what it is in English, but I know it in Portuguese, and it's actually a very hard name. These things here, these kind of rectangular 3D shapes in Portuguese are called paralelepípedos. And I'm not sure what their translation to English are. If there's like another sort of name or not. But anyway. Just blocking off that there. Maybe we can do a little bit of a remnant of a petrol station here. Not remnants, but like a little bit off to the side. JSO 307, what games have you been playing recently? I have been playing. What was that called again? Alien Isolation. I started it up. I don't remember when. I think on the 4th of July. Yeah, on the 4th of July I started Alien Isolation. I played only 2 days, so like 8 hours of gameplay. I've also been playing Bloodborne, but people seem way more into watching me play Alien than into me watching Bloodborne. I guess that it's because everybody knows Bloodborne inside out already, and I'm not good at it. However, Alien is more like people are here for the jump scares and whatnot. And other than that, I have other games I wanted to be playing. I don't remember none of them. I have a list of games here, of the games I was playing and games I intend to play. One I have not finished is Dog of War. I have played several hours of that game, but I haven't finished it yet. And let's leave it like that. Let's start another background layer here. Let me actually look at my desktop, my file, stream games. Let's see. I had started Darkest Dungeon. I don't know if it's the next one. Invisible Ink 2, but it was like pretty much at the very end of the game, so it's not worthwhile keeping on this stream. Far Cry 5, I only played it like for 4 or 5 hours, never got back to it. Banner Saga, but I don't know if people are into the Banner Saga because it's pretty much 100% text. The Witcher 3 I was playing too, but I don't know if people are much into the Witcher 3 and the Witchery. And then there's some other games which I have yet to begin playing, but on recent memory those are them. Those are the last games I've been playing here. Tiger says soupy alien game. 10. That game is actually scary. I actually had played Resident Evil 7 in preparation for that game. But Resident Evil 7, after a while, it stopped being so. After a while, Resident Evil 7 stopped being a survival horror game and went back to being a action game. Or rather, it didn't went back. It became an action game out of nowhere. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, those are the games I've been playing lately. Little fun games. I don't know, maybe within the next few months or whatever, new games are gonna come out and you'll get to playing them. Who knows? Yeah, so you have to leave now. Have a good day. We'll stop by later if I still streaming. Oh, sure thing, I'm only gonna be streaming for like 1 hour and 15 more minutes. So we're back by then. We'll be able to get more soon. If not, hope you have an awesome day, buddy. Maybe see you later. So Doug, you wanna have a song battle now? I don't actually. Sent in some songs and told me to beat those. I don't want to have a song battle. I have work to do. I have a comic to illustrate. I don't have time for song battles. But sure thing, feel free to request as many songs as you want. While they're still free. Quote unquote. So, this is gonna be the landscape for the city. Some hills here and there, but not anything too drastic. This is the horizon line. Maybe we can make the horizon line a little bit wonkier. Because of course you can have a very straight horizon line, but if you have a horizon line with a little more else going on with it, it feels more like a real place rather than an illustration you made with a ruler. And of course we also need some buildings here and there. Doing buildings is kinda annoying. So sleepy. Now that I look at this, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Nathan to be looking this way. Kinda does, but it doesn't. Or maybe he could be over at this side instead and be like, ah, this is the city, huh? It has changed. And then he turns around and walks down that path, that road. Yes, I have not thought this through very much. Which is precisely the point of doing these layouts. Is to be able to think out these things and make several choices. Before committing to one finished illustration. And then whatever I end up drawing here, I'll draw the same thing down here. It's gonna be the same picture. Let's drawing this here. This is gonna be the road. Let's paint it with smart color here. Make sure I know what is the road whenever next time when we get back from this. There we go. And also, Teeks _ hello, welcome to the stream and thank you so very much for following me. Welcome to our Canine pack. How are you doing today? There's another YouTube song I want to request, so I have to look for it first. God, the heck if I know the name of that song. Found one. And for the other one, I don't know if it will be here. Oh, it is. Oh. I have it. True songs. So theoretically I have to go and illustrate this background here. So imagine this is a landscape of the city. There's a big bus going into the distance. This is a road. And these are some hills, and now there's gonna be buildings here, like houses and shit and some buildings. Not a whole lot. It's supposed to be a small rural town. But there's some things that are gonna be there. And I have to illustrate that. But it's kinda hard to do like from the top of my head. So what I'm gonna be doing is looking at some references online. I'm gonna be looking at pictures and then trying to find out what looks good and what doesn't, and I'll be illustrating this next time, if ever. I will be illustrating this, but not here on the stream, because I will be spending a lot of time looking at references. I'll leave that for future Douglas to resolve. Current Douglas is gonna be working on this other picture here, where it's Nathan walking into the distance. And I'm like, well, let's go. And then hopefully we can start sketching up the next page with the last remaining hour of the stream. Also, Oni, I don't know what song this is, but I liked it. Have you done that thing I told you to do and make a playlist of your songs? Because I feel like a whole lot of people would love to hear these songs. Your vaporwave and these pump it up songs you have going on. Because so far you have yet to request a song I don't like. I feel like I actually feel like you could go and make a playlist of songs and share it on with people, because you have a very nice music taste. Not to say that other people don't have, but you are definitely the one of the boys who requests the most songs in here. So make a playlist of your favorite songs, all genres and all occasions, either on YouTube or Spotify, and then share it on the Discord channel with us, so we can listen to your musical taste on our daily lives, so we don't have to wait for the next stream to hear more of those songs, and only you are privy to. I see, even Tiger agrees. What's the playlist too? We all do. So this panel here, you can see Nathan walking into the distance. But because of the perspective that we had up here, I feel like it might be off place. So maybe the size won't do it. I'll have to afterwards go and change up the size. Make Nathan either smaller or bigger to fit the perspective. You're getting spicy now, boys. I don't know what happens when you get spicy, but I hope it's good things. But see, even Sam also wants you to make a playlist. I'm gonna make a little petition, put it up for vote on the internet. And Dr. G, hello there. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? How's your Tuesday morning and or afternoon and or evening going so far? It's been quite a while since we last seen you. Doctor, I didn't know you were an artist. Oh yeah, I am an illustrator. That's my main gift, actually. I illustrate a comic. In fact, down below on the links, there's a shitload of links for you guys who don't see my art. There's a couple of comics I've done, one of which I'm still doing. And there's also my gallery, although there's a lot of porn in there. Possibly. I don't actually know. But yeah, I'm an artist. My main job is being an illustrator. The whole streaming thing is more of a on the side. Doctor, afternoon, yes, you're flying back from the supermarket with plenty of pizza and beer for tonight's game. What game? Oh yeah, French is gonna be playing, Belgium tonight, isn't it? Is it today? I think it is today. Yes, it is today. Tuesday. For the World Cup. I don't know if anybody else is still following the World Cup. I'm not anymore. Brazil has been eliminated, so yeah. But yeah, the World Cup is still a thing. It's still going on. People in Russia are going crazy. they're still going crazy and are still gonna keep going crazy for quite some time still. With that, those thrills and chills of the World Cup. Tomorrow, who will be playing? It's Croatia and England, I think. Was it? Is it? Who's gonna be playing tomorrow? Or is it Russia and somebody else? I don't even know. Like I said, I totally and completely stopped following the World Cup. And Oni said yes, it passed through. I know what you're talking about, Oni. Dr. G, how about you? I'm doing good. Just finish up the sketch for this page of the character at least. Some other day, some other time I'm gonna go back for the backgrounds when I have some more references ready. I don't wanna stop the stream to keep plucking references for the internet, for buildings and shit. That aside, I'm doing good, just waiting for time for lunchtime, and I think I don't know what we'll have for lunch today, but it's gonna be French Belgium. Yes, Alès la France. I don't know what that means. Go France? I have no idea. From the looks of it, France seems to have a very big chance of winning the World Cup this year. Along with England, if they're still up. Although Belgium, it's surprisingly good. I don't think anybody was expecting Belgium to be that good, but apparently it is. Only Santa's for want to be wildful. Tiger, oh man, gonna be intense then. Do you think so? Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, everything's gonna be intense. It's an intense day. A doctor, very impressive dude. I guess you're using a tablet and pen. Well, first of all, thank you. Secondly, yes, I am using a tablet, a drawing, graphics tablet, and a pen. I have a... what's it called? Oh, come on! Good boy bot, what the fuck? He skipped my songs. I requested another song, he decided nope, and he's totally skipped it. This is small little bitch has skipped my song. There we go. And yes, I'm using a Cintiq tablet. It's a very expensive drawing tablet, but it allows me to do work very fast, very ridiculously fast. And when you're into the illustration gig, productivity is key. I don't need the best song in your playlist. I don't know which one. If it was this or some other. Dr. Lunchtime. Yes, I'm from the US. No, I'm not. I'm from Brazil. It's more or less the same horizontal coordinates as the US, but it's further down. A Wacom tablet. Yes, I'm using the Cintiq. It's a Wacom tablet. It's one of their best tablets now. It's kind of down the line. It's still extremely good, but they have been releasing newer, better tablets over time. But this is the page number 11. Let's throw up that delicious preview again. Oh yeah, that delicious preview is gonna help us so much. And only, Borkbot said, only songs are spicy in my playlist. I don't know if Borkbot said that. He's a very silly boy. Bot. I don't know if he said that. And Dr. G, yeah, Brazil, I remember now. And they were using 10K Euro tablets at your previous work. Oh yeah, those are the like big monitor tablets. The one I have is a monitor too, but it's like 13 inches. It's extremely small compared to like a nowadays monitor. The screen is as small as a notebook or laptop. I don't know how you guys call portable computers nowadays. But it has a small screen, but it's good because it's portable. It doesn't take up much space, and I don't have to make very exaggerated hand motions with my hand to cover the entire screen. But there are bigger ones out there. This one fits me very, very nicely. I like it. Maybe a bigger one would be nicer. Probably would, but I'm happy with my current small one. However, it was extremely expensive. I think a tablet like this one is like $1,000, somewhere around like 900 euros. It's certainly not something anybody would have. It's mostly like a professional tool for illustrators and digital artists. Although I'm not a professional, I was not a professional when I bought it. Like working for industry and whatnot, I was like, I was and still am more of a home self-employed kind of artist. But like I said, if you're aiming to improve your productivity, it's kind of worth it. And this is it. Wallace, the underbite doggo, he's back. This time he's bigger, gayer, and extremely beautiful. Look at this. The tiger, it's chilly for him while we are sweating. Oh yeah, here on the southern hemisphere of the world, it's currently winter, and I'm freezing. Holy shit, I'm so extremely cold. But there's no better time to go and play VR games now. Because the problem of playing VR games in summer is because you get super sweaty. Eventually the headset gets drenched in sweat, and it's not a nice time. But in winter, it's so cold. So very cold, you're probably not sweating, and the VR headset gets extremely, well, it doesn't get extremely, but it gets cleaner than you've used in the summer. So I don't know if you guys actually went and looked up for references, not references, but the previous drawing of Wallace I had done before. I said I had done one. I posted like a year ago, or even longer ago, in my Furfinity and Tumblr, possibly. I don't know if you guys went up to look for it, but this is Wallace. However, that drawing I made of him a while ago, I changed some of his design. Not everything, but a lot of it I changed. So he looks better, aesthetically better. Dr. G, yeah, it was a huge tablet, 27 inches, if you remember correctly. Those feel like the industry production tablets, yeah. Like big offices for people who are really into doing digital art and showcasing it to people. Because in big offices like that, not only they need to have good tools, but they also need to collaborate with other people. So if you're gonna call somebody over at your desk to show, look at this illustration I've done or fixed up, what do you think? It's better if you show them in a big screen rather than a small one. Besides, when customers and visitors come over at your workplace, not one single soul will not be impressed by those tablets. Everybody's jaws will drop and everybody will be like, holy shit, you guys are professional, look at this. What sort of alien technology is this? Kaze, okay, you gotta go to the cinema, some friends want to watch something, but don't worry, you will still have your jokes. You get it, so oh no, Kaze. Oh no. Neku, you say gay. Well, Neku, you could have used literally any other word any language to introduce yourself to the stream, but gay it is then. Welcome to the stream, Neku. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. Better than Kaze, who has passed out. Not today, but like years ago, but he has passed out. By the way, Dr. G, if you don't mind me asking, what did you used to work with? Not every workplace that has gigantic graphic tablets. Normally only visual media's workplaces have those kinds of tablets. Normally if you work for like visual publication like a magazine or books and whatnot, or in the game industry. Other than that, it's really rare for a workplace to have those kind of tablets. I think people that work like with movies, animations and those kind of productions as well, they have those kind of tablets. Little do you know, but when you're doing this kind of tired / bored face, even the angle of the eyelid changes the expression almost entirely. It's crazy. Crazy. And also the height of those delicious eyebrows. Tiger say, "Hey, Wallace, he's hunky." He is. He's the best boy. So, those of you who are unlike Dr. G, who are not in Europe, but rather are still over here in the New World, or as we call it nowadays, America. By that I don't mean the United States, but like the entirety of the Americas. Those of you who are in those, who are in those areas, what are you guys gonna go and have for lunch? Just out of curiosity. Because lunchtime is approaching. I kind of feel my hunger building up, and I'm like, lunch. That's actually a good idea. That's a thing I would like to have. And I'd like to know what are you guys' plans for lunch? Or those of you who are not in America but rather in Europe,